guys, black is here in a blue shirt today. I don't feel like taking off this shirt, putting on a black shirt. So I'm gonna make the video in the blue shirt. All right, check this out. I was watching some guy channel and he was talking about South Main Auto channel. And he was saying that guy was complaining about the quality of auto parts he was buying. He was saying that the quality is way down, you know. And this guy was also talking about the same thing. And it got me to thinking, I should make a video and tell you guys where I get my parts from, okay? And if you don't know, I buy the majority of my parts from eBay, okay? Now, whenever I tell somebody I buy my parts from eBay, they tell me, oh, eBay sell cheap parts, eBay sell used parts. Yeah, but you can also buy new good parts. Okay, in other words, for instance, the last set of brake pads I bought from eBay was for my Trailblazer. I bought some Akebono pads. I think it was like 80-some bucks, and I love them. They stop real good. They got real good bite. And what I mean by bite, for y'all people who are not old enough to drive but pretend like you have a family and all, bite is when you drive down the road and you put your foot on the brake, not necessarily to stop, but just to kind of slow down a little bit. Well, when you just put a little weight on the brake pedal in the car, you feel the car jerk a little bit, that's bite, okay? Well, the Akebono have better bite than the Bosch pads that I had on there, okay? The Bosch pads had better bite than the Wagner pads I had on there, in that order. But getting back to this, you can buy new parts off eBay. You can buy quality parts. You just have to put it in the name. For instance, you don't have to put Chevrolet Trailblazer. eBay knows when you say Trailblazer, you're talking about a Chevrolet. So you put 04 Trailblazer front brake pad. Well, 04 Trailblazer Wagner front brake pads or Akebono front brake pads. You get it? Now, let me tell you some of the cheap parts I've gotten off eBay. When I first bought my Golf 5 years ago, the hood was messing up, the hood latch. So I went on eBay and put in 2004 Golf hood latch. And I think I bought one for like 18 bucks. I get it in the mail, put the damn thing on, and it lasts about maybe 3 weeks and it start messing up. So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Well, I decided one more time. I think I called a dealer and they wanted $100 and some, I think it was. But I was like, well, $18, I'm gonna try one more time. So I ordered another hood latch, 2004 Golf, and I got the latch, and the latch that's on my Golf right now is that same latch, so it's over 5 years old. So the first one, again, only lasts a couple weeks, but this one, 5 years. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I threw away $18, but I don't have a problem with that. Another example, the Mercedes. When I needed an alternator, AutoZone wanted $300 for a Mercedes alternator. eBay, I bought a brand new one for like $100, $105, I think it is. It's been a year. The alternator's still working. How long it's gonna last, I don't know, and I'm not worried. I've never bought an alternator off eBay before, but I bought starters. I bought a couple starters off eBay. I bought a radiator off eBay. My 96 Chevrolet Tahoe went over 5 years. No leaks, no problem at all. And here's the crazy part. When you go to O'Reilly and buy the radiator, I think it was the transmission line wouldn't screw into the radiator. It came with some adapters. You screw the adapters into the radiator and then you screw the lines into the adapters. Well, the one I got off eBay, the line screwed directly into the radiator. Okay? What else? Tires. You can buy cheap tires. You can buy good tires. I bought, I put in tires for my Golf. I think I run 225, 40, 18s in the front. And I think I got some Lionheart tires. You know, 2 of them for like $126. Or I can buy, for like my Mercedes, I put in 205, 55. I think it's 205, 55, 15 or 16. I think it's 16. I can't remember, whatever. For my C350, I got the Continental, and they were $270 some for 2. So you get what you order, you know. I bought a starter for my North Star. When I rebuilt the motor, I put the new starter in and had no problem with it. I bought a starter for my what is it, Tahoe. I bought, the Mercedes. The Mercedes, I got a chicken. The last check engine light I got was, I don't remember the number. It was a purge valve solenoid. And I went on eBay and they had 3 different ones. They had an original one, supposed to be original Mercedes, $150 some. They had a Beck Arney part. Beck Arney is like company that makes foreign car parts. You don't hear the name, at least I don't hear the name as much as I used to. But it was 60 some bucks. And then they had some no-name brand for $15. Guess which one I bought? The $15 one. The part is up top. You don't need, you need a pair of pliers to break off these stupid clamps they put on there, but it's vacuum lined, so you don't really need the clamps. I didn't even put the clamps back on. But anyway, except for that, you don't need tools. And it's up top, it's really easy to get to. So I bought it for $15. A guy at my job tells me that you can't buy cheap parts like that for a Mercedes. And I'm like, we'll find out. I mean, if the part lasts 1 year, it's a $15 part. I ain't complaining. Ooh, I got a good one for y'all. 9 years ago, I'm not joking, 9 years ago, I'm driving home my Trailblazer and my headlights, start going dim. And I'm thinking my alternator's bad. Didn't get a check engine light. I went online and they talked about unplug the fuse going to your auxiliary air pump. If the lights stop flashing, replace the auxiliary air pump. And I'm like, how the hell did he come up with that? So anyway, I removed the fuse to the auxiliary air pump. The lights didn't flash anymore. Check engine light came on saying it had something was wrong with the auxiliary air pump. Anyway, I goes on eBay. The pump is $80. I'm like, damn, $80? That's kind of high. I called GM. GM wanted $400 for that auxiliary air pump. So, of course, I went on eBay, bought the damn pump for $80. I put the pump on again 9 years ago. And I know it 9 years ago because I've had my F-150 9 years. And that's I put it on when I got the F-150. So it's been 9 years. $80 pump off eBay. And I'm gonna tell you something. The pump that came off the car had the exact same markings and numbers the one off eBay had. Now, I'm not saying it's always like that, but I thought it was amazing that the one on eBay looked just like the original one. It only cost $80. But again, I'm just telling you my experience. Some people prefer Amazon, some people prefer Rock Auto. Whatever you prefer, as long as you're happy with it, do it. But I'm just telling you what I do. If you're having a question, comments, leave them. Dre, y'all have a good day.